Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Emotions and Stories. So, where were we yesterday? A little recap. Arav and his golden mango. Do you remember? He shared his secret with Meena. And later what happened? Let's begin. It had been 2 years since Arav and Meena had discovered the golden mango tree. And though the tree hadn't spoken since, its presence had quietly changed them both. Arav had grown thoughtful, gentler in how he moved through the world. He wrote stories now, strange, dreamy tales that made children listen to him with their mouths slightly open. Meena, on the other hand, had become the school's unofficial leader of everything creative: drama, poetry, posters, and debates. If imagination had a queen, it was her. So when Gulmoharwadi Primary School announced its annual storytelling day, it was clear who would be writing and directing the main event. Of course, Meena, this year, declared Headmaster Patil, twirling his grey moustache. We shall showcase a play written by our very own students, something rooted in the village spirit, full of values, imagination, and originality. Meena's hand shot up like a spring. Sir, may I write it? He beamed. Of course, beta. I look forward to it. That evening, Meena ran to Arav's house with a notebook flying behind her like a kite. I have decided, she said, bursting into the veranda where Arav sat with his grandfather peeling peas. I am writing a play about the golden mango tree. Arav blinked. Our tree? She nodded, eyes glowing. You have told me stories about the magic mango, right? The promise, the glowing dreams, the well filling up. It's perfect for the play. Arav hesitated, looking at his grandfather, who gave a soft smile and turned away into a kitchen. I don't know if that's a good idea, he said finally. We promised to protect the tree's secret. But it's just a story now, Meena insisted. No one knows it's real except us. Arav bit his lip. Still, the tree hasn't spoken in years. What if we upset it again? Meena grew quiet. Then she smiled a little. I'll change the name. I'll make it the Tree of Light. And the fruit will be silver, not gold. And instead of Gulmoharwadi, I'll set it up in a faraway kingdom called Jamunapur. Arav looked unsure. That's better, I guess. She clasped his hand. Don't worry, I'll protect the magic. But I want other kids to believe in something that beautiful too. Over the next week, Meena worked like lightning. She wrote a beautiful script filled with talking animals, a glowing fruit, a child who keeps a powerful promise, and final scene where the village sings together under the magical tree. She cast Arav as the narrator. She painted backdrops of glowing forests with the help of a younger brother. She rehearsed every afternoon with the energy of 10 people. But stories, especially magical ones, have a way of attracting attention. One day while rehearsals were going on in the old mango grove, Jitu, the local carpenter's son, wandered by. He was not a part of the play. He was more interested in breaking things than building them. But he overheard a bit of narration and saw Arav holding a golden painted mango prop. That's not just any mango, Meena was telling the cast. It's the tree of a light's gift to the pure-hearted. Cheeto narrowed his eyes. That evening he whispered to his father, who whispered to village grocer, who whispered to his cousin, who whispered to the village sarpanch's wife. And by the next morning, Gulmoharwadi was buzzing. Have you heard? Meena's play is not actually about a real magical tree. They said Arav found a golden fruit and hid it. Maybe there's the treasure buried under the old tree. Within days, curious people started visiting the grove. Some broke twigs, some carved initials into the bark, some even tried digging beneath it. Arav's heart sinking went into the grove one evening and saw empty wrappers and boot prints near the roots. The tree stood silently, its leaves trembling with the wind. That night, Arav had a dream. He saw the mango tree again, its bark duller than before, its single bud trembling. Magic weakens when its roots are shaken, it whispered. Even stories must be handled with care. He woke up in a sweat. The next morning, Arav confronted Meena behind the school. You said you'll protect the story. Meena looked stunned. What do you mean? Everyone knows people are hurting the tree. They think there's treasure. You said it was just a story. I didn't tell anyone it was real. You didn't have to, Arav said quietly. You made it sound too real. Meena sat down on the stone bench silent for a long time. She rubbed her eyes. I only wanted people to believe in something magical just like we did. Arav's voice softened. But magic isn't always meant to be shared. Not like this. She looked at him. What should we do? He took a deep breath. We changed the play. That afternoon, Meena gathered the cast. I have made changes to the script, she announced. Gasps. The tree of light won't it be in the play anymore. Even louder gasps. But instead she smiled. We'll tell the story of a girl who learns the value of secrets, the meaning of promise, the magic of listening. She wrote the final act and to end not with a magical tree but with a young girl planting an ordinary sapling promising to protect it from future. The play titled Sapno Ka Beej, The Seed of Dreams, was performed under the moonlight in the school's open-air stage. Children sang, danced and wept. Parents clapped and wet eyes. Arav's narration echoed through the air like music. Not all magic glows in gold. Some magic sleep in silence, waiting for a promise to awaken it. The next morning, Arav and Meena went to the grove together. The wrappers were gone, the footprints were fading. A small white flower bloomed on the tree. Fig forgave us, whispered Meena. No, Arav said smiling. It trusted us again. Creativity must be used wisely and truthfully. Stories are powerful and they come with responsibility. We hope you like this story. Do come back next to find out what is going to happen. Stay tuned. Please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.